That exchange is one of the reasons I kept digging. Welcome to part 2 of our Julie Jackson body cam breakdown. Since part 1, I continue reviewing the footage, comparing it to the records we received, and filing additional open records requests. Now let's pick up where we left off.
Hey, because I don't know when I'm going to get here, I mean, you're working all weekend, right? I might just come in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening sometime, and type that Jet 6 thing, because...
Okay.
Right.
Going that way, right?
I was about to go down and talk to the guy.
Yeah, I think he was going that way. He said he hit something, made his car during the jump, and it made him turn around. I
mean, it had to be, because there's a piece of his car, and she's farther down, so it had to be going that way.
All right, let's stop right there for a second. One thing that stood out to me wasn't Julie's case. It was what the deputies were talking about. One deputy mentions another incident involving what sounds like Jet 6. And if you're from Milledgeville, you probably know exactly where he's talking about. The Jet food store in Hardwick, right? And I'm not saying this has anything to do with Julie. What it does show is just how busy and crazy things were that night. It also had me wondering if that's another open records request worth filing. Let me know in the comments. Now, right after that conversation, the deputy say he's about to go talk with the driver. Before we hear from him, let's listen to this next exchange.
I know she already did.
She's warm.
Was she warm?
Yeah. So even I guess it's possible she still could have been, but it would have just happened.
All right, let's hold up right there for a minute. Listen to what was just said. What I hear the unidentified man ask is, do you think she was already dead? The deputy answers that she was warm and says if she was already dead, it would have just happened. That raises some questions. When the deputies first arrived, was Julie still alive? Earlier, they say they couldn't find a pulse. Here, the deputy says she was warm. Another thing you couldn't see because I blurred the footage is that Julie wasn't wearing any shoes. I'm not telling you what happened. I'm telling you the questions the body camera raises. Was the possibility that Julie was already dead before she was struck ever examined? And if it was, what does the record say? Now let's hear what the driver had to say.
Who's the driver?
Me.
That's you? All right. I'm going to get your tag real quick. Yes, driver's license, sir. Yeah. 50 at Bone, 1028.
What?
Robert Charles Ida 0061 RCI 0061. That'll be the complainant's vehicle out here.
4.
27 also when you're ready.
What?
056 577 634. 056 577 634. There you go, bud.
4.
Tell me what happened out here.
Following 93.
Which way were you going?
This way I was heading to work.
You was heading that way?
Donald,
Yeah. I
for the
turned around
GMC
to
Sierra,
see what I had
20 minutes.
I didn't know, I thought it was a deer or something.
So you're heading towards Gordon Highway?
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, you didn't see her or nothing like that? You just felt, just bump, whatever?
Yeah, I felt a big bump in the road.
And you came back?
I came back and seen the person. That's when I called the police.
All right, this is the first contact we've seen between Baldwin County deputies and the driver. The deputy gets his tag number, identifies the vehicle, and starts gathering information. Now, here's what I'm trying to understand. Baldwin County told us there was no investigative records because the Georgia State Patrol handled the investigation. But at this point, the Georgia State Patrol is still about an hour and a half away. So while Baldwin County deputies are collecting the driver's information and working the scene, what records, if any, were created? Did Baldwin County document this and turn it over to Georgia State Patrol? Or did Georgia State Patrol start all over again when they arrived? Those are questions the timeline raises. Let's keep going.
All right. We've got state, because it's an accident involving a pedestrian, we got State Patrol coming out to work it. It's going to be a little while before they get here. So if you were on your way to work, just go ahead and call them so you ain't going to be able to make it today. Okay?
But I don't really have a certain time I have to be there, I drive truck.
So you can kind of set your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can y'all tell what happened to him?
Huh?
Can y'all tell what happened to him?
I have no clue. Seemed to smell a little bit of alcohol. so I don't know if she was passed out.
I know nobody don't normally walk out here this time of night, morning.
All right, the deputy tells the driver it's going to be a while because the Georgia State Patrol is still about an hour and a half away. The driver asks if anyone knows what happened to her, right? The deputy said he doesn't know, and he mentions the smell of alcohol and says maybe she passed out. Then the driver makes one final observation. He says people usually aren't walking out here this time of night. That's his observation. Now here's what I'm left with. If the Georgia State Patrol was still an hour and a half away, why do we only have about 14 minutes of Baldwin County body camera footage? What happened during the rest of that time? Were there additional recordings? Were the cameras turned off? Or are these the only recordings that existed, right? And if Julie wasn't walking, how did she end up in the roadway? Those are questions we're still trying to answer. That's why we filed additional open records requests, including the request for Colony Farm Road. And before we wrap up, we still got 3 short portions of the body cam footage left to review. And right now, we're working to isolate the conversations from the background noise. Between the ambulance, the diesel engines, and everything happening at the scene, some of the audio is difficult to hear with the naked ear. Our goal is to clean it up as much as possible and focus on the conversations themselves. That's what we'll be breaking down in part 3, the final installment of the body camera series. If there are details in these muffled conversations, we're going to do our best to bring them out to the light. Until then, we'll keep following the records, keep reviewing the evidence, and keep asking the questions the timeline raises. This is Lamar King Sr., investigative analyst, New Media, where the truth will never be silenced. Be great today. Peace.